Hey guys, welcome back to our new episode of Campus to Corporate Placement Story. Today we have a very special guest, Neha Kohli, who currently placed in Honeywell. In this episode, we will get a complete overview of hiring process along with preparation tips and insights. Welcome Neha.
Hi,
First of all, congratulations and thank you for joining us today.
thank you very much.
Could you please introduce yourself, your college, branch, and your role?
Yeah, so my name is Neha Kohli, and I'm currently pursuing my BTech final year from VIT Bhopal University, and I'm from BHI branch, basically Health Informatics branch. So that was all about me and my college. And talking about about the placement, so currently I'm placed in the Honeywell company, and it was through basically a hackathon process. If the company was in a tie-up with the university itself, and the company only gave the chance to few university in which the people could participate. And with the tie-up, we had this thing that we could participate in the hackathon, and there were around 4 rounds of the hackathon, and the last round was the interview, and that was the whole story.
Yeah. So let's start with the basic. ठीक है? What was the eligibility criteria for this?
I'm not very sure about the eligibility criteria, but I think it was eligible for 6 plus or 8 plus CGPA as per my memory, because I usually used to just see 8 plus criteria for 10, 12, and UG. So I think there were around on and around 5,000 people who applied from all the campuses, all the four campuses of VIT Bhopal. And in the round one shortlisting, there were around 2,000 people shortlisted. So that was the initial shortlisting, maybe based on the eligibility criteria and the resume itself.
Okay. Now move on the most important part, the hiring process. Okay. Could you walk us through the different round one by one and share your experience in each round?
Yeah, so the very first thing was we got the mail for the registration of the event itself. So, exactly talking about the timeline. So, the very first thing which we had was checking our academic background. So, the eligibility criteria was it should be a BTech student from CSE, IT, AIML, and allied branches, and you should be in the graduation year of 2026 with the CGPA of 6 in your university or even above, and only the colleges who had the partnership with the Honeywell as their college list were eligible. So the very first round was registration, which were open from around 12th of 17th of August. It was for a week, and after that we had the first round, which was the online assessment round, which was scheduled to be 20th August. It was a Sunday, so mostly all the rounds happened on the weekend itself because it was easy for the hiring process also. And the platform on which my OA happened was Hire Pro. So it was like Hire Pro. Also, I would like to share that Hire Pro has a pattern because I've given 3, 4 tests on Hire Pro, and I've been shortlisted in 3 of them for the OA rounds. So they have a pattern that initial they give the MCQ, and for the MCQs also they have some sort of pattern. They'll ask the question on trees. They'll ask the question of pre-order, post-order. So that was something after giving 2, 3 tests, I had already a knowledge that this question is of sure shot is going to be there. So that's how I cracked my MCQ. Like it was around 15 to 20 MCQ based on the aptitude, DSA, and vocabulary, verbal, and all. Then after that, there were 2 DSA questions. One I would range that it was from easy to medium range, and another one in the medium to hard range. So there were 2 questions. I don't remember exactly the question they were, but I remember that I completed both of those questions in around 25 minutes. So my whole test OA assessment was completed in about 30-35 minutes. So that was the very first round I gave for the Honeywell. And after that, there was a shortlisting came, and the shortlisting came on our personal mails itself. And then the college list came, and there was around 500 people who were shortlisted in the first OA round. Most of the people were scattered actually because most of them, my friends, didn't actually qualify the OA round. So what happened after the OA round was that they gave that we'll give the results within 2, 3 days. So on around 23rd and 24th of August, they gave us already that was mentioned on the website itself, that when you clear the first round, on the second round you will that second round is going to be work on the real world engineering use cases. Basically, you have to pitch the innovation and structure your solution. So there were four problem statement given. The first one was AI powered surveillance. You have to develop a proper dashboard using the GAN networks. Then there was a multivariate time series anomaly detection project, which was like based on the Python based machine learning solution architecture. Then the third one was manufacturing excellence, and the fourth one was flight scheduling. So I opted for the flight scheduling one, and it was like 20th I gave the test, 22nd I got the mail that I'm shortlisted for the second round. So the next round I didn't have so much of time to prepare also. So the first thing I did was shortlisting the problem statement itself. So I shortlisted the problem statement on around 22nd, I remember. And then from 20th to 24th, they gave us 48 hours itself. That in 48 hours it is an individual hackathon. You have to pitch your idea, and the platform was like you can access the platform more than once. Like you can go type there, save your solution, and come back and resume it later. Like that you can do, like you can type it multiple times a day. So what I did was, initially the process which I followed is, basically AIML is my domain. So I already had worked on it. So I figured out that what problem statement could have worked for me. And then first I designed my dashboard how I want it to look like. Also, they had given the data set. They had given the problem statement, which also told that you have to use this particular technologies. So aligning to those technologies, I filtered out my models which I used to use in AIML. Then I figured out the APIs I'm going to use, and then I figured out that thing, like whatever basically tech stack, whatever I required, I proceeded with it, and that thing ended on 24th. And I think they gave the timeline that in September first week we'll have our interview scheduled. So my interview happened on 3rd of September. It was scheduled in afternoon, 2 o'clock, and by 7 p.m. I got my results that I'm shortlisted.
Okay. If I ask what kind of DSA question in interview they
Uh-huh.
they are asked to you.
Yeah. So basically, they were not particularly speaking DSA question. There were two questions, and the very first question after the introduction, he asked me that tell me that how you're going to find a perfect square. So that was his first question, and he asked me to present my screen and type that solution and give me the approach first. So I told him the very first approach that we can use simply built-in function mat.sqrt. So that was my first approach. Then he asked me to code that. I coded that. I presented him. After that, he asked me, tell me two more approaches to solve the same question. So I answered binary search as one of the answer. And the third approach, I was juggling through the solution. So he asked me, take me your time and see if you can find the solution. So I told him two-pointer approach, though it was not a correct answer. The third approach wasn't correct. The first two approaches were correct. So that was the first question he asked me. And the second question, what he asked me was at the last of the interview. The second DSA question was at the last of the interview, that I've been given three number, and I have to find the median of that. And the condition he gave me was that only you can use a greater than and less than operator and nothing else. So these were the two questions
Perfect.
from the DSA.
Good. Uh, yeah. Did they ask any question about your project?
Yes, they took a thorough time in order to judge my project. They asked me what was the problem statement I selected, why did I selected the problem statement, the business idea, how it can help the industry and the alignment, because Honeywell is a automation company and they also align with the flight scheduling thing. So that was the approach I selected, that problem statement, and they took around 15-20 minutes in order to take the complete insight of my project, the models I used and everything.
Yeah. Now let's talk about the core subject part. Okay. What was the role in your interview?
Basically, core subject didn't play many roles, I would say. Basically, they asked me aptitude question. They asked me missing number. They gave me a series 3, 8, 18. So, what is going to be the next number? Then they asked me some aptitude question like that. Then logical questions. Like if I've been given a scenario, so they asked me a question, how would you react in this scenario and how will you perform? So those were the question rather than based on, I would say, oops concept or something. They asked me this question.
Okay. Anything else in your technical interview?
No, mostly it was that only because they focused on projects for around 15 minutes. They gave me coding time for around 10 minutes. And other than that, there were introduction and some normal questions like the daily basis HR round questions, which what happens, what were at the last. So it was around 30 to 45 minutes interview.
Okay. So basically, if you talk about your HR interview, okay, it was in mix
It
like
was, yes, it was technical plus HR at the same time.
at the same time. So in HR, uh, what kind of question they asked you?
They asked me to introduce myself. They asked me like why hackathons, and they asked me the question about my personality. They asked me my like academics, about what do I do, and a little bit about the family questions like what do your family do and all those questions. Why VIT, and then the next question was that about the placement cell. Like they also gave a scenario based question that suppose you are in the placement cell of VIT and you have to automate everything. So you have to describe that process in 5 to 6 concrete steps that there should be no human loop into it. So that were the kind of question and some guest estimation question, I would say.
Okay. Yeah. Now we have one of the most awaited question for our audience. Okay.
Yeah,
What?
sure.
Yeah. What is the package offer for your role?
I think, though we are not very much disclosed with the packages because through college we didn't receive any mail yet, but the company which came to the college, they gave us the range of 10 to 12 LPA.
Mm.
And also when I checked online and I asked my alumni, so they also told me the same that it's going to range from 10 to 12 LPA, though there is no official mail yet. So we are still waiting for the official mail to come and tell us about the complete structure of that.
Yeah. Now let's move on the personal question. Okay.
Yeah.
How did you prepare your placement journey?
Mm, Actually, frankly speaking, I was from a BHI background, so I never had coding as my first preference. I was a NEET student, so I gave NEET exam, and then I got selected for like medical college in Bhopal itself.
Okay.
But I didn't wanted to pursue there because I didn't get MBBS. So that's the reason I left that college. And I was like, I went to that college for a month and I realized that I don't want to pursue completely here. Also, I got shortlisted for VIT at the same time. So I had a choice. But that college started just 1 month earlier than VIT. So I was in Bhopal itself. And then I got to know that I'm shortlisted for VIT. At that point of time, what I used to do while I was doing my NEET, one of my friend introduced me. So one of my friend exposed me to coding, and that was like my first exposure to coding itself. And like I got interest, then I was like, I don't want to do uh, anything else other than MBBS. So I thought that there is a lot of scope of engineering. So I thought to enter over here, though I was a little scared, but it actually started in 2022 November when I started my first coding language, Python. And then I came to Java in the month of Feb around 2023. And then with the college itself, the way college taught, they came up with the language, then oops, C++. With the college itself, I learned things. And I would say I was not a very techie person. I am not a very smart person, I would say. I was a very hardworking person. So I used to believe in the process. Like whatever college used to suggest, my seniors used to advise me. I used to go through that. And this thing I always had in my mind that I was a good student while I was in my academics. So I wanted to be a 9 pointer plus. So I used to balance like that ki I have to balance my academics along with my coding journey. So till my second year, I focused very much on my academic subjects because I never had math in my plus two. So I had to focus on maths. I had to focus on the basics of programming language, Java, OOPS concept. So I started building themselves with the classes itself. And जो classes मुझे लगता था they are not so important. So I used to just study a day before. Frankly speaking, I am not a person who study all the time. I really enjoyed my college life thoroughly. There was not an event I used to miss. I was always an active participant everywhere. And along with it, I just used to juggle with the thing कि एक रात पहले मैं सब पढ़ डालूं so that I score good. So that was my way of doing things. And second year mein, exactly speaking, I started doing DSA properly. I started with driver sheet. Then that was the first thing. I got scared. I stepped back. A month later, I started again. Then you start doing from the basic of maths. Then you jump to arrays. Then you go to linked list, and you come back to arrays. So that is something which is going on.
या या आपने अभी जैसे मेंशन किया अपने चैलेंजेस के बारे में, लाइक मैथ से
Yeah.
स्टार्ट करी फिर एरे स्ट्रिंग जाकर वापस आना पड़ रहा है एरे में।
Yeah. And
हाउ
this was because
या
बार बार एंड सेम और मिड सेम के एग्जाम आते थे
या
एंड मेरा प्रैक्टिस आउट हो जाता था एंड मैं बैक टू जीरो हो जाती थी.
या दिस इज द मेन प्रॉब्लम वैसे।
Yeah, it is a main problem, I would say.
बट हाउ यू ओवरकम दिस?
So in second year, what I did was मैंने ये सोच लिया था कि मुझे कुछ भी करके अपना CGPA 9+ रखना है. So I was just like I don't used to perform over कि मुझे बहुत अच्छा S grade चाहिए हर सब्जेक्ट में. I just used to keep I don't go to a B grade. सो आई यूज टू जगल वेन एवर मेरा मिड टर्म खराब हो जाता था कोई भी तो मैं उसमें टर्म एंड में आई यूज टू ट्राई कि इफ इट्स 100 मार्क्स एग्जाम आई विल स्कोर 95+ in order to manage that subject. And जिसमें मुझे पता है कि I have scored already high in my midterms, so मैं उसमें इंटर्म में ज्यादा मेहनत नहीं करती थी. So that's how I used to balance it कि बस कुछ भी करके मैं सारे सब्जेक्ट्स में A grade एटलीस्ट सिक्योर कर लूँ. And the best thing which I used to follow is work hard yourself. Do not rely on कि teachers say they will give you grades. Do not do all this कि attendance में झोल झाल. Do not do this. Even if you don't want to attend the classes, go sit on the back seat, code, whatever you want to do, but be present in the class because being present in the class helps a lot, I believe. दोस्तों से notes नहीं मांगने पड़ते. वो होते हैं.
एंड अगर हम बात करें ऐसे एकेडमिक और डीएसए दोनों मैनेज करने की,
So I would say completely trust on your abilities because many friends of mine they started DSA from first year, but मुझे पता था कि मुझे कुछ नहीं आता है. First thing to do DSA is know the language. If you don't know the language, what is the point of building a logic? See, you can start a foundation when you have a base. If you don't have a base, the building गिर जाएगा. So that is something I focused on. First, I have to learn the language. So I learned Java in my second year, first semester. And after learning a Java a little bit, then I jumped to DSA in the month of September. कि अब मुझे language आता है. Now I'm going to see कि logical reasoning कैसी है. The best thing I would advise is बहुत ज्यादा मत पढ़ो बट थोड़ा थोड़ा डेली पढ़ो. वन GFG क्वेश्चन, वन लीड कोड क्वेश्चन, चाहे तुम देख के करो, हेल्प लेके करो. एंड बेस्ट एडवाइस आई वुड से टू समवन, डिस्कस करके करो. Sit with your friend, sit on a meet, sit beside the table, लाइब्रेरी में बैठ के, पार्क में बैठ के, जहां बैठना है बैठो. Take a time of 30 minutes a day and discuss it with your friends. Because जो चीज डिस्कशन करके याद रहती है, you cannot remember it anyhow. अकेले पढ़ के नहीं कर सकते. अकेले पढ़ के आने से डिप्रेशन आता है DSA पढ़ के जब अटक जाते हो. मुझे तो बहुत आता था. So the best advice I used to do is I used to take any of my friends, discuss with them, ask them. Because see, DSA is a problem solving skill. You have a tariqa of doing something. You have method 1. The other person has a method 2. And when you discuss it, now you have 2 methods. And it will help you because it helped me in my interview. He asked me what is the approach to. And a weird question, he asked me that question in series also. I said that the series which was 3, 8, 18, he asked me next. I told the number 33. He tell me the next approach. He told me that think out of the box in another way how you can get to a solution. There is some other pattern to this. So again, there was a problem solving skill in it. Like you just don't have to see the plus minus thing. You also need to see some algorithm, or you need to visualize की question कैसे दूसरी तरीके से देखा जा सकता है, and that's your friends are going to help you. वो डिप्रेशन हटा देते हैं और चीजें बहुत स्मूथ हो जाती हैं. तो दैट वाज माय वे ऑफ डूइंग इट.
और अगर जैसे हमें मतलब पर्टिकुलर कितना टाइम लग जाएगा एक डीएसए कंप्लीट करने में, जैसे प्लेसमेंट चाहिए हमें और हम अभी स्टार्ट करें?
अभी भी नहीं हुआ है मेरा डीएसए कंप्लीट. आई वुड से डीपी मुझे अभी भी ठीक से नहीं आता है. ट्रीज में मैं अभी भी अटक जाती हूँ. तो डीएसए कंप्लीट करने का कोई टाइम नहीं होता. डीएसए हैज 4000 प्लस क्वेश्चन. यू कैन सॉल्व देम ऑल. What you have to do is focus on your logic building skills, I would say, because logic building is something the interviewer might give you a relaxation that you don't know DP, you don't know trees, but interviewer won't give you a relaxation on a thinking process. Because in my second year I gave the interview for a fan company because I was shortlisted for Amazon for the last round, and by that time मैंने trees नहीं पढ़ा था. And उसने मुझसे first question he asked me was tax and second question was trees. So my first question got cleared, but in second question I juggled. And I was knowing the result that I'm not selected, but एक hope होता है ना, that you have a hope. So I was waiting for the mail, but it was a rejection mail though. But I would say कि अपनी मुझे मेरी कैपेबिलिटी पता था, कैपेसिटी पता था, तो मुझे पता था कि मैं अभी मुझे एक एक्सपीरियंस मिल गया है, अब मुझे पता है इसे ड्राइव कैसे करना है. And just not that, just before Honeywell, एक हफ्ते पहले मेरा there was one more company named Shipsy. I went till the last round, and in the HR round they selected 2 out of 4. So just 4 दिन पहले I gave 3 continuous rounds of Shipsy, and they were all like technical and HR rounds of Shipsy. So my all those experiences really helped me to clear this one, actually speaking. Because now I was knowing कि मैंने कहाँ गलत किया. So I would say कि do not leave anything. It's always like you have to, you can knock 10 doors, maybe 9 नहीं खुलेंगे, but 10th door will open for you. Don't give up on things. Something good is waiting for you.
अब हम आगे क्या, अगर हम रिज्यूमे बिल्डिंग का बात करें, ठीक है, प्रोजेक्ट समझ आ गया जो हम पूरा कर सके वो मेंशन करें. ओके, डीएसए का नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चन कोई मैटर नहीं करता. ओके, थर्ड थिंग अबाउट द सर्टिफिकेशन, मतलब which type of certificate we have to mention them?
Actually, on my resume, I would say I took the advice of completely my Pat Cell. Shri Ram sir helped me with it. मैंने उनसे 4-5 बार जाके अपना resume check करवाया था. And every time he used to circle and tell me ये हटाना है, ये हटाना है, ये हटाना है. So I would say ask from a person who already know, and keep the real ones in your resume. Like I kept my, I had one internship, I kept that at the top. Then I had good CGPA, so I kept it. I didn't have good 12th marks, like it was Sriram sir told only 90 plus you can keep. I had 87%, so he asked me to remove it. So I removed my 10th and 12th marks completely. Then for my internship and projects, he asked me to elaborate them properly, because I'm always a person who always participate in hackathon. So I had 15 plus hackathon. He asked me to mention the top 3. I mentioned the top 3 hackathons. Then after that, there was a section where I just in one line, I mentioned my coding experiences and certification. In my case, I didn't do so many certifications, frankly speaking. I had certification of AIML projects only. AIML IBM से था, एक Postman था GSOC के through, and rest were like normal certification. I wanted to do AWS, but I didn't do yet. But that was something I would say कि अगर if you want to add a certification, as per Sriram sir said, add only the professional ones, a Oracle Java certification, or a AWS certification, or a Postman certification. All these 3 certifications are relevant to be added.
Okay. और अगर ऐसे जैसे कुछ लोगों को होता है कि हम लैंग्वेज सारे जाते हैं बट बेसिक जाते हैं, एक अपना होता है प्रोफिशिएंट, जैसे मेरा ऐसे C+ कह सकते हैं, ठीक, बाकी मुझे जावा थोड़ा आता है, पाइथन आता है, तो हमें मेंशन सारे करने चाहिए या एक करके छोड़ दें?
Resume may mention everything, but when the interviewer asks you, basically my second question was that only. Ki if I give you an option in AIML and C++, which one will you choose and why? He asked me. So I told, sir, I don't know Python completely. I use it for my projects. I take the help of AI and I use it for my projects because it's built-in libraries, so I can import the libraries and use them simply. And C++ is something I've just studied for my OOPS concept. I'm proficient in Java and I code in Java for DSA. So this is something, if you make the interviewer clear, he won't ask you anything, but you should mention everything in your resume, whatever you know, but do not over mention because he's going to ask you otherwise. If I don't know React and JavaScript, I didn't mention it so much. I didn't emphasize on it so much because वरना वो code करने को कह देता. There was somebody in my panel itself. He wrote Python and he said I did the project in Python. He asked him to code in Python. Now he is a C++ guy, so he didn't know Python. So do not do that. Say the truth.
Oh, okay. And okay. Now, your final word for our juniors.
Do not miss any opportunity, I would say. Trust on the process, trust on God. He has really planned something good for you. When I got rejected from Shipsy interview, basically 23, 24, I had my submission of this hackathon, Honeywell. Okay. I was completely awake for 48 hours. Then next day I got shortlisted for Shipsy. And my interview started 2 o'clock. It ended at night 10. Then they said scheduled my HR around to morning 7 o'clock. I didn't sleep for 3, 4 nights. And after that, I was so disheartened that I didn't got shortlisted at last. And I was like, why, God, why did you do that with me? I worked really hard. I cleared all the technical rounds. And why am I rejected in an HR round? So I was like completely broken for 2 days, I would say. मैंने कुछ नहीं पढ़ा. I was just lying on my bed, not talking to anyone. But then I realized कि something, whatever happened, it happened for a reason. Like I submitted my project for Honeywell. Maybe Honeywell was waiting for me. That was something better opportunity waiting for me. And within 3 days, I got a call for this interview also. So do not get disheartened. Try everywhere. Do not miss out any opportunity. Trust on the process given by the college also. Because if they're planning something, they're planning good for you, I would say. अगर श्री राम सर डांट रहे हैं तो do not feel disheartened. सबके साथ होता है वो. And it's worth it. It's actually worth it. Sir really helped me a lot. Like a day before my this interview, I went to sir. 5 o'clock, I got the shortlisting. 6 o'clock, I went to sir. I'm like, sir, I'm scared. I got rejected in HR round last day. And one line he told me, sit here. I'm arranging a vendor mock for you. So within 15 minutes, that guy arranged a vendor mock for me, and that actually helped me. एक रात पहले I got to know कि मुझे क्या क्या पढ़ना है. So the interview rated me completely on my body language, the way I answered. He told me कि ये चीज Java में you have to polish, SQL में ये रात को पढ़ लो. So there was a night with me. I revised those concepts where I was lacking, and it actually helped me the next day. Next day was my interview. Then also I gave the alumni interview before my Shipsy on Sunday. Sir called. So all these processes, whatever you follow through, whatever is suggested, I would say do that. Participate in all hackathon. They help like hell. If you're not good at coding, I am a BHI student. I can't be proficient and I cannot compete with the core. I can say it myself because when I code with my friends who are from core, I realize that I lack. I do lack. I can't solve that DP problem still. I can say that. But I think you have a skill set where the company is waiting to use it. If you have a managerial skill set, use it. If you're good at conversation, use it. Whatever you're good at, just polish your skill set. You do not have to copy some like someone else. You can just be like कि उससे ये अच्छी quality उठा लेता हूँ. Like I was not good at coding, so I used to see all my friends who used to code. एंड उनसे आई यूज टू लाइक GFG भी करूंगी, लीड कोड भी करूंगी, कोड शेफ भी करूंगी, कोड फोर्सेस भी करूंगी. बट देन आई रियलाइज कोड फोर्सेस इज नॉट मेड फॉर मी. तो आई स्टक ऑन GFG एंड लीड कोड क्योंकि मेरा लेवल ऑफ प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग वही है. आई शुडंट जंप देयर. जंपिंग इज, अगर तुम जंप करते हो यू मिस समथिंग. आई वुड से डोंट मिस इट. Take a step. It's a long journey and it's a beautiful journey. Enjoy every path of it. डू नॉट मिस आउट ऑन एनीथिंग. दोस्तों के साथ मजाक करो, मस्ती करो, हॉस्टल में फन करो, इंजॉय करो इवेंट्स को. नो वन इज गोना स्टॉप यू. बिकॉज बट एक चीज है, अपने गोल को लेके सीरियस रहो. दैट इज समथिंग आई वुड गिव एज द रैप अप पॉइंट टू एवरीवन. एंड हर चीज में अपना बेस्ट डालो, अपनी अपनी स्ट्रेंथ को एनालाइज करो, वर्क ऑन इट, you'll get the results.
आपने जैसे कोर सब्जेक्ट कहाँ से पढ़ा था, ओएस वगैरह?
ओएस वगैरह आई वुड से ओएस तो मैंने ज्यादा फोकस करके नहीं पढ़ा था. मैंने मेन ऊप्स कॉन्सेप्ट बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ा था. मैंने ऊप्स का कॉन्सेप्ट कुणाल कुशवाहा की वीडियो से पढ़ा था एंड मेरे फ्रेंड्स के साथ पढ़ा था. आई वुड से मैंने 1.5-2 महीना लगा के प्रॉपर जावा का कोर कॉन्सेप्ट सबसे पहले पढ़ा था जब मैं प्लेसमेंट्स के लिए आई थी. लाइक कंप्लीटली मई जून आई गेव टू द बेसिक्स ऑफ ऊप्स कॉन्सेप्ट. बेसिक्स के साथ साथ आई यूज टू डू द बेसिक ऑफ द लाइक डीएसए, जैसे कि अरेज, स्टैक, लिंक लिस्ट, जो एडवांस डीएसए में नहीं आता बेसिकली. दो ये टॉपिक्स के कुछ टॉपिक्स एडवांस डीएसए में आते हैं, बट आई वुड से सबसे पहले होल्ड बनाओ अपनी अरेज और स्ट्रिंग पे, क्योंकि हर क्वेश्चन अरेज और स्ट्रिंग से सॉल्व हो सकता है, सिर्फ उसमें टीएलई लग जाता है. एंड अगर तुम अप्रोच दे देते हो इंटरव्यू में तो वो तुम्हें निकाल देगा.
तो हम बात करते हैं एचआर राउंड, ओके? स्पेसिफिकली एचआर राउंड, जैसे आपने दिया हनीवेल, सिप्सी भी दिया था, इवन एमेजोन का भी इंटरव्यू दिया था, ओके? तो उसमें एचआर राउंड का क्या पार्ट था, और मतलब कौन से ऐसे रिपीटेड क्वेश्चन है जो हमें प्रिपेयर करना चाहिए पहले से?
Amazon तो एचआर राउंड इतना होल्ड ही नहीं करता, आई वुड से, बिकॉज Amazon अपने ओए के अंदर बिहेवियर राउंड देता है एक, जो कि उसका पूरा टेस्ट ही 3 से 4 घंटे का होता है. तो वो तुम्हारा बिहेवियर वहीं पे टेस्ट कर लेता है थ्रू क्वेश्चंस. सो दे विल जस्ट आस्क यू डीएसए क्वेश्चन प्योरली 1 hour डीएसए क्वेश्चंस, complete grind. They'll give you a side chime themselves. You have to present your screen and give the interview. And mostly you'll get the mail that you are selected or rejected. That's the end of the process. Talking about Shipsy. So Shipsy was a company जिन्होंने बहुत इंटरव्यू लिए, 4 राउंड्स ऑफ इंटरव्यू लिए एंड एचआर राउंड भी लिया, कंप्लीट एचआर राउंड लिया. सो उसमें आई बिलीव द बिहेवियर एंड एचआर राउंड जो दोनों का, आई वुड से द वेरी फर्स्ट थिंग इज दे विल गिव यू पजल्स in which you might freak out. क्योंकि वो पजल देते ही ऐसे हैं. लाइक वन क्वेश्चन गिवन टू मी वाज कि यू हैव 20 कॉइन्स एंड दे आर लाइक हेड और टेल्स करके रखे हुए हैं एंड यू आर इन अ अंधेरा कमरा. अब इनमें से तुम्हें हेड्स के 2 स्टैक बनाने हैं. सो द फर्स्ट आंसर केम टू माई माइंड वाज लाइट ऑन कर देती हूँ. and and actually that was the correct answer. I didn't say though, but that was the correct answer. सो वो कई बार तुम्हारी बहुत ही बेसिक स्किल सेट पे तुम्हें जज करेंगे, जहाँ पे तुम थोड़ा कॉम्प्लेक्स कर जाओगे, जो मैं भी कर गई थी. आई वाज लाइक इसमें क्या आंसर हो सकता है. देन कुछ गेस्ट एस्टिमेट क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे, तो कैलकुलेशन थोड़ी सी ऑन स्पॉट स्ट्रॉन्ग रखो. जैसे मुझसे क्वेश्चन गेस्ट एस्टिमेशन पे ये पूछा था कि इफ आई से कि भोपाल में आज के दिन में जोमैटो स्विगी से कितने ऑर्डर्स हुए होंगे. सो आई गेव एस्टिमेशन 50,000 to 70,000. So he asked me, how did you came to this number? So वैसे तो बहुत सारी ऑनलाइन साइट्स हैं, they can suggest you. You have to basically start from the India की population, then you have to come urban population, then you have to come, I'm just telling you कि कैसे I twisted it down. Then you have to come to a state का population कि इतना state का estimation है, इतना like 70% population इसमें rural है, 30% urban है. Urban में से भी like I can say 15% want to take the food. 15% में से भी I would say only 5% is going to take on the same day, and इस 5% में से भी 2% want to take it on this particular time. So that's how you're going to reduce it down कि 1.5 billion से how did you came to a calculation of 50,000. So वो questions पूछा था. Then they'll ask you some of the question कि what do your family do, father do, how many people are there in your family, जो तुम्हें लगेगा कि ये सब मुझसे क्या पूछ लिया. But they're just testing you. Then they will give you some of the question based on your case study. Like तुम्हें अगर ये project दिया गया and no one is helping you out, so how you're gonna come out of this situation types question. Basically situation based questions they'll ask you. And उसके बाद they'll ask you तुम like कहाँ बैठे हो, क्या कर रहे हो, यहाँ क्यों हो, ऐसा क्यों है, ये डिसीजन क्यों लिया, इस कॉलेज में क्यों आए. मतलब बेसिक चिट चैट कॉन्वर्सेशन they wanna have. They wanna test your conversations and skills ki how polite are you, or maybe how quick answer you give and how much time do you take, वो buffering time कितना होता है, कितना also when it comes to client handling, so you need to be a soft spoken person also. So if according to the job role, HR round is completely waste, I would say.
एंड एक और क्वेश्चन अभी मेरे दिमाग में आ रहा है, जैसे वो एचआर में कुछ थे स्ट्रेंथ एंड वीकनेस। चलो स्ट्रेंथ
हाँ.
सबका अलग अलग हो सकता है, वीकनेस किसको
हम्म.
पता नहीं होती या फिर कोई बताना नहीं
हम्म.
चाहता, तो उसका
हम्म.
एक बेस्ट आंसर क्या हो सकता है जो हम ऐसे मतलब सही लगे?
अपनी स्ट्रेंथ को घुमा के वीकनेस बताना है
जैसे
बेसिकली। अगर तुम्हारी वीकनेस है, दैट समथिंग, मेरा ये वीकनेस है कि अगर मेरी टू डू लिस्ट में कोई चीज रह जाती है तो वो
हाँ,
चीज मेरे दिमाग में घूमती है। सो दिस कैन बी योर स्ट्रेंथ ऑल्सो, दिस कैन बी योर वीकनेस ऑल्सो. So you have to just display it like that. Ki sir, I am a person who feel restless before completing the deadlines. So that is something. It's my weakness, and also I'm a person who feel like कि मुझे टास्क डिलीवर करना है या ये काम करना ही करना है, तो यू हैव टू मेक एनी हाउ योर स्ट्रेंथ वीकनेस, एंड दे आर ऑल्सो sometimes your strengths are your weaknesses themselves. You just know how, you just have to see how you can answer, also align with the job role. अगर वो तुमसे पूछना चाहते हैं, जैसे मैंने शिप्सी में गलती करी थी, मैंने बहुत टेक्निकल आंसर दिया था एचआर राउंड में, आई वुड से मैंने उनको बहुत प्रॉपर अपना प्रोजेक्ट एक्सप्लेन किया, एंड मेरे दिमाग से ये चीज थोड़ी मिस आउट हो गई कि ये बंदा एचआर का है, इसको एआई डोमेन की नॉलेज ही नहीं है, तो व्हाट विल ही डू नोइंग द मॉडल का नाम। what he wants to know at that point of time, see the judge the reaction of the interviewer. अगर वो बोर हो रहा है तो छोड़ दो उसको वहां पे, क्योंकि वो उसका फोर्टे नहीं है. डू नॉट एक्सटेंड दैट कॉन्वर्सेशन, उसको वहां पे खत्म करो एंड लेट हिम आस्क यू अंडर द क्वेश्चन. एक और गलती जो मेरी थी, आई वुड से, मुझे श्रीराम सर ने वो बोला कि आई आंसर वेरी फास्ट. सो उन्होंने बोला दैट यू डोंट, समटाइम्स यू मिस आउट ऑन थिंग्स इफ यू डोंट लिसन टू द इंटरव्यूअर. सो फर्स्ट टेक योर टाइम, आस्क हिम, क्रॉस क्वेश्चन हिम, क्योंकि जितना यू क्रॉस क्वेश्चन एंड हैव अ क्लियर कॉन्वर्सेशन, उतना तुम्हें बेटर अंडरस्टैंड होगा वो चीज, एंड यू विल गिव द आंसर द वे ही वांट्स रादर देन यू वांट.
एंड
सब रहता है मेनली, इससे ज्यादा तो कुछ होता भी नहीं. इसके अलावा बेस्ट यही होता है कि अपनी कॉलेज लाइफ एंजॉय करो. Don't be a academic bug, because what will lead you to a job role is your personality and not the academic strength you have. Sometimes I would say 7 CGPAs have very good skill set. They can compete better than a 9 plus, because तुम्हारा दिमाग स्मार्ट होना चाहिए, तुम्हें काम करना है वहां जाके. यू डोंट हैव टू एक्चुअली रटना नहीं है किताबों को, तो डोंट बी अ रट्टू तोता, समझ के चीजों को करो. यही बेस्ट एडवाइस है.
okay, big thank you for sharing your such an honest and detailed experience.
थैंक यू वेरी मच.
We truly appreciate your time and effort, and we wish you all the very best for your future ahead.
Thank you very much. I really like coming over here and sharing my experience as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.